Hey everyone, it's Emily Fox. Today's video is going to be episode number 7 of my Read It or Unhaul It challenge of 2024, where I attempt to read all of my unread books on my shelf, slowly but surely. And this year has been going well. I feel like we've had a lot of decluttering. It was hard to go through. The challenge was challenging for the first half, but the last couple ones have been really nice. I've either done some decluttering, yes, but it wasn't as painful, or I was enjoying mostly the books I was reading. So I am in the mood to continue. I just did one like 2 weeks ago, but it's a new month. It's a new day. We get to do it again. And as always, we have the giant. I swear it's growing every month, but we started a year with a bunch of them. Let's see what we're picking now. Next month for fall, I will be solely picking the red ones that are like mystery, thriller, horror. But for now, it's still September. I know I'm like fully fall ready. It's cold outside, but I would prefer something fall-esque. Oh, okay, fantasy is pretty good. Green is fantasy. So let's show you. I can never tell. Is it because the viewfinder's too small or because I'm not wearing my glasses? A little bit of column A. Oh yeah, I can definitely tell now. Okay. I would like to remind everyone, I had laser eye surgery a couple years ago, and my eyes said, "So, I shall be reading." Oh, Interview with the Vampire. That is perfect. It's fantasy, but it's fall. Vampires are fall-ish. Halloween. That works. I haven't read anything by Anne Rice, so I don't know what to expect, but is it the one that's really long, or is it the witchy one? Witching Hour one? I think it's that, witches. Let's go grab it. So as always, we have my fantasy shelf, and I just reorganized them so I know exactly where this is. There it is. Okay, we're good. I was a little afraid that it was 1,000 pages, but I was like, I don't know if I have it in me right now. But this one is like 350 pages. We're good. I have managed to have zero spoiler ever my whole life. So I can tell you what it is about. I know that it has a movie. Is it the one with Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt? Never seen it. I believe this one has a new TV show adaptation, which, should I watch it? You let me know. I mean, it's going to depend if I enjoy the book, actually. But this is perfect. So it looks like the fall mood is going to be here. I would like to decorate for fall. I didn't do it last week. I really wanted to. I'm actually relieved. I was a little afraid what I was going to pick because we've been very lucky the last couple of months, and I didn't think it was going to last. I do have some experience with vampire. I feel like we've all been through our phase, right? I feel like Twilight was all the rage, which is still fun to rewatch in movies. They're almost like so bad that they're good. And like the vibes, the filter, the blue filter, and like the music is good. So I almost want to actually rewatch it now that fall is coming. But I never watched Buffy, and I did read Vampire Academy when I first started doing Booktube, and it was okay. It was okay, but no idea what this one's about. So I'm going to go and find out, and I will update you. Like I said, it's not too long, so I can definitely commit to this. So it looks like we're going to have another good month. I finished my first book for this challenge, Interview with the Vampire, and it surprisingly came as shock to me that it was actually an interview with a vampire. You would think, but you would be wrong. For some reason, I didn't click whatsoever. So you are following, again, this 200-year-old vampire being interviewed. He became a vampire at the end of the 1700s. And he's doing this interview about his whole life. And I remembered that I did know something about the movie, and it's because I saw an interview with Kristen Durst. She played in Spider-Man. I guess that's the movie people would know. I know more. Bring It On, much better movie. And I remembered her saying that she played in it as a kid, and she had to kiss 30-year-old Brad Pitt, and she thought it was kind of creepy looking back. Messed up. But it's relevant with the big complaint I have with this is that, okay, let me just open the door. Claudia is losing it. I feel like I'm rewarding her every time I open the door, but like I can't stand it. She's just yelling. So, yes, my biggest complaint is definitely the fact that pretty early on, I don't think this is a spoiler, the main character was turned into a vampire, and the person that turned him is kind of annoying to him, and he wants to walk away, and in order to keep him around, the other one decides to turn a child into a vampire, and she's like 5-year-old. And it annoys me because every time you're going to turn a child into a vampire, they're going to stay a child, which is always it opens the door to a lot of creepy stuff. It's like even in Twilight when they try to like skip that by making rotisserie chicken grow up a bit. It's still weird. Anyway, so said child is turned, and she's 5, and you get these 2 descriptions. Those are the first 2 descriptions of her that annoyed me. So you have, I can't even say that. Oh my gosh. She's saying, "Where's mama?" asked the child softly. She had a voice equal to physical beauty, clear like a little silver bell. It was sensual. She was sensual. Her eyes was wide and blah, blah. And like, it just keeps going. And like on the other side, there's another bad one. She was the most beautiful child I've ever seen. Like, I get she's a vampire, but still. And like, and now she glowed with the cold fire of a vampire. Her eyes were woman's eyes. I could see it already. Like, why? No. And it's female author. Come on. Come on. It's just like, she's gonna grow older, but her body's gonna say 5. Like, right when we got to that part, it's like not even 100 pages into the book. I was like, oh. So overall, the book is okay. I didn't particularly love the writing. I felt like it was kind of tedious. You know, sometimes you're reading a book and like you just blink and you're 50 pages into the book. Did not feel like that. I had to give myself a bit more time reading this than I expected, but I pushed through because I wanted to see what the hype was about. I feel like some books, you just want to read them once in your life, right? And I feel like that was on my list. Didn't expect to pick this up anytime soon, so it's fine. Come on. Ugh! Here's the beast. So it's fine, but yeah, it wasn't, I can't say it was a favorite, so maybe a 3-star. Like, it was fine. It was fine, but we're gonna move on and we're gonna pick something else because I still have time to read something else. So at least I got around to it, but I can't say like I get the hype. But I haven't seen the movie and I haven't seen the TV show. I've heard the TV show is good, but not super accurate to the book, so maybe that's better. Like, the ending was fine. I was happy with what actually happens overall in the book, but yeah, there were a few moments and I guess it hasn't aged super well. See, I hate when I say that because I feel like that never was okay. Like, people felt more pressure to accept it, I guess. There's no way people were like, "Yeah, that's totally fine. Yes, let's compare a 5-year-old child to a woman," because, yeah. Anyway, got the jar. Let's pick something. Be nice, jar. Be nice. Please. What is that? That's blue. Blue is sci-fi. Okay, please, just no classic sci-fi. Okay? Just be nice to me. I don't know if it's on the right side, but we're gonna, just in case. But A Fire Upon the Deep. Okay, it's not a classic sci-fi, but it is a hard sci-fi, right? I just reorganized my shelves. I don't know where my phone is right now, so I'm just gonna pick it up. Oh, it's right here. Okay, Fire Upon the Deep. See, Hugo Award winner for best novel. So good sign, hopefully. I haven't read a lot of hard sci-fi lately because I mentioned I've been dealing with horrible brain fog. So I'm a little nervous, but I remember nothing about the plot, but I do remember it had really high ratings, which doesn't always mean that much. How old is it? I think that's going to play into 92. 92. So, Claudia, stop it. What you doing? Come here. Come on. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, there you go. So I'm a little nervous, but I'm gonna try it. Worst case scenario, we have a giant jar with like a million other options, so we're gonna be fine. But hard sci-fi is a little intimidating. I don't remember what it is about, actually. It always seems to be spaceships, unfamiliar world, survivors, blah blah blah. So, lupine race? Medieval lupine race. Isn't that like dogs and wolves? Oh my goodness, what am I? What did I pick? Okay, I'll update you. This outcome will not come as a surprise to anyone, but I think I'm gonna give up on the book. I will not be getting rid of the book. I know the whole challenge is read it or unhaul it, and I usually stick to that. However, I'm technically allowed to put one book back in there every month, and I think this is going to be it because this is now part of my pile of shame, which is what I call the books that I started but didn't finish, and I'm putting it down at page 40 because it's okay to admit to myself that I do not have the brain power for this right now because the first chapter, literally, like I can put a picture of the first page. I don't even want to reread it, but I just know I started the book and was like, oh my gosh, I don't understand what's going on. And obviously, first chapter, things start making more sense than the prologue, but you are following people that have to do emergency landing on this planet. They know that there's a form of life, that there's some kind of form of life. You're chewing on something. I don't like that. What did you eat? She likes to eat Scotch tape, and there is some on the wall, so I'm kind of worried. And they have an encounter with, indeed, aliens that are like dog shape-ish. And I don't know. I don't think I'm there. To be fair, I don't think I've finished a hard sci-fi at all in the last year, maybe 2. So it was to be expected. So instead, I'm gonna pick something else to read because I do still want to, continue this challenge even though I'm struggling. Claudia, I swear, I feel like she's literally in every video I've filmed lately because she keeps crying to be let into this room, and she keeps just attacking everything. She's very needy. I think she's hiding from the baby because he wants to play with her all the time and she does not like it. I'll show you the baby after. I feel like I haven't shown you him. I can't give you kisses. I'm wearing lip gloss. So yeah, let's pick something else to read. You're gonna have to, girl, you're gonna have to let me go. I know you love me right now because you want. But right after this, I'm gonna give you something. I think she's just pretending because I'm the can opener, I have to put you down. I have to put you down. Oh my goodness. Okay, we done? She's just pretending to love me. We're back with the jar. I don't even know what I want to pick at this point. Oh! Are we gonna have an actual fall read again? I feel like Interview with a Vampire definitely felt... vampire and fall, right? Leave my microphone alone! So I'm gonna show you. Hopefully it's on the right side once again. Claudia, I swear. I swear this cat. If I don't finish this one, I'll pick whichever you pick, okay? Is that a deal? Okay, we're just gonna put the top back on because one day I'll let her choose again, but today's not the day because again, I've already picked. So different season, Stephen King. Let's grab it from the shelf first. But I have a complicated relationship with Stephen King. I feel like his books are a little bit hit and miss for me in general. But you can see, I have already started this book, like, I want to say 5+ years ago. This is a, not short story collection, but like there are a few of his stories in one book. And I read the first one, which is Shawshank Redemption. Good book, fantastic movie. And I put it down at page 206 in the middle-ish of the story, second one, which is Apt Pupil. Yeah, so it starts at 133. So I read about 73 pages of that book. And it's 250 pages, so not quite half, really. And there are 4 stories in total. 4 seasons, so that makes sense. So there's the body and the breathing method. So I'm going to start them again. I feel like I don't really have to tell you what Shawshank Redemption is about, but essentially 2 people in prison, one is innocent, one is guilty, and one of them tries to... Is that a spoiler? I don't know anymore, but that's the story. And then Apt Pupil, the one I was currently reading, you're following a all-American boy who turns out to be, and he figures out that one of his neighbors is, or used to be, a, can I say that also? A Yahtzee, yes. So he essentially tortures him for details because he enjoys it. So, like, he's being tortured, and you're like, I don't feel bad, but I kind of do, and it's, yeah, I put it down. Not because I wasn't enjoying it, it's just, I put it down. It's part of my pile of shame, actually. Isn't that perfect? I put one book on the pile of shame, and I will be reading one that was already there. It's balanced. I feel like this was meant to be, so we're good. I'm gonna start over this story, because, again, it's been 5 years, so 133 till the end, which is... 670. So that's a big one. I'm gonna have to get to work because we're already past the halfway point of the week. So we're gonna get to work. I can do it. I can do it. I mean, I'll probably add a day or two if I need to for the vlog. But yes, I'm okay with this. I'm okay with this. I feel like I said, with him, it's been hit and miss in general. I feel like his most popular books, I've read The Stand, I've read It, and they were fine. I did like Pet Sematary. It's probably one of my favorite that is like an actual, like, it feels like his usual style. My personal favorite is probably The Long Walk, which he wrote under a different name, so it doesn't really feel like his work, to be honest. But yeah, I feel like that's fine. That's fine. Okay, so I'm gonna go grab the baby to show you, actually, and I'll get to work after. This is Chip. He had his first vet appointment. He's healthy. He didn't try to bite him like Chunky, and he's a very, very cute baby. He's big. He's almost the same size as Claudia, to be honest. Well, skinnier, obviously, but he's 7 pounds. He's a cutie. We love him. But he's a little insane, too. So this is it. I have been ignoring the mess. This mess for way too long. I've been filming a lot of videos as I've been trying to post almost a video every 2 days for the whole month of September. I've been like feeling better and better. Don't say that too loud because the other day, I'm a silly goose. I decided to try again dairy, which how can I say no to like Greek yogurt with like fruits on it or like cheese? And then my body was like, biatch, this was a very terrible idea. So I paid the price, felt like crap for a couple of days, but I'm back. But in general, I've been feeling better. A few of you actually commented that you can tell. Again, slowly but surely, cross everything because I need it. But that means that I actually have to be, you know, a responsible adult and clean up also after myself. So yeah, we're gonna have to clean this up a little bit because again, but I have some stuff to put on the walls too. I might attempt to do that. I think for now I'm just gonna put like the sticky thing just to see because I'm really, really bad at like visualizing in my head what it's gonna look like. Like I need to see it. That's what I'm going with this. But I also have some decor to put for fall. I feel like it's a bit early to do like not Christmas. Oh my gosh. Halloween decor, Emily. One holiday at a time. But I did go into my basement like I was mentioning, and I have some bits that I forgot I had. So yeah, I'm going to show you. Like I said, I might not do the Halloween decor, all of it right now, but some fall ones. I have leaves. Okay, so I have leaves and there's like lights in there. So I think that would be cute on the desk. So whenever things look better, you can actually see some color in there. I do have still some of these like bats. They came with like multiple packs. So I have these that I can put on the wall. Like they look like they're... Anyway, and also for the other side, you know how I have this light in the background, which really cool. Honestly, like why did I not do this sooner? Because now that I look back on older videos, I'm like, it looks boring. Like the background is just not lit. Not like, oh my gosh. I'm getting flashback of that book where the main character was trying to be cool with the slang. No, I mean like there wasn't enough light in the background, and when I tried to film on the other side today, I feel like it looks sad because there's no fun stuff. But it was a pack of 2. That's where I'm going with this. So like I should put it right now. Like I don't know why I didn't. I do have some of these cute little lights, these little pumpkins, which I think I'm gonna put on the other side. So that's gonna definitely be more Halloween-y, not Christmas, Emily. But the one I forgot I had made, and like now that I look at them, like they're so cute, but probably again too Halloween to put up right now. One of them fell off, but I made these little little ghosts, and I made a little like guirlande, like a girlin. Do you see that too? So this is so cute. How did I forget? So they're super easy, obviously, to make. Just take an old book or one you don't like, and you know, draw in. Yeah, Scotch tape. So I have one that fell off. I'm assuming a cat got to it because what the heck. So yeah, I think I'm going to keep this for the end of September. I feel like it's too early to put that on my background right now. So, but I have this, and like, it gives you an idea also if you want to make some decor homemade. It's free. So yeah, we're going to do that. I'm going to declutter a little bit. I'm going to show you a bit more of what I'm thinking. I didn't order them yet, but I think I found the perfect paper to do this. I had mentioned that, so I think I just need to order it, and then I'll cut the piece a little shorter so you can see the same amount of the background, but it's like a cute little pattern paper thing. There are a few options to back of a couple, so yeah, once I have that, I'll be able to put everything on the wall. But So yeah, one step at a time. Something I never do, but let's start by decluttering a little bit and then decorating. The book I shall never finish.
If spring is the season that wakes me alive.
Also, I have this candle by Bath & Body Works. This is flannel. It's super old, but it smells good. I am almost done using up all my old candles, which, like, anybody else was hoarding them. My favorite scent is Autumn. I don't think it came out last year, and I'm down to my last backup. I'm really sad. So this is good enough.
Through dark roast coffee, salt mist and sea, sand and amber trees. 'Cause it still feels like summer, but it's soaked in nostalgia slowly. All the leaves they're turning brown. 'Cause it still feels like summer, and I simply don't wanna see the cool wind sneak back in our town. 'Cause we lived when it was all bare feet, tan skin glistening beneath the heat, evening swirl into a birdsong beat. God, it's now so very bittersweet. So I guess I'll just put on my favorite sweater and say goodbye.
That really destroyed my walls.
Summer.
I do have some more paint, but
Times learn how to fly, and before I know it, it passes me by. Oh, I don't know why when life is beautiful, I start to fear it'll slip through my fingers and just disappear. Oh, back and forth.
so now I feel like I have to wait until I fix the wall before I put anything on there, but I did unwrap this one. And I have this one too that can go on this wall or on the other one if it doesn't fit, but I have these for now at least.
Nostalgia slowly, all the leaves they're turning brown. 'Cause it still feels like summer, and I simply don't wanna see the cold wind sneak back in our town.
So I guess they'll chill out for now, including the little bats, which eventually I can put the light though on the other side. Let's do that. And this is what it looks like. We're just gonna ignore the fact that but I have to protect the chair from the cats. But it looks good. It looks good. So I will fill those holes, but I think good enough for today. I'm gonna go back to reading at Pupil. I'm almost caught up to where I was at the last time I put it down, and it's fine. I mean, I really randomly put it down. It's obviously not fun to read about, you know, the torture of someone, even though he's a Yahtzee, but so far so good. So I will definitely finish it. Quick update. I made it to page 245. So I have like 100 pages left for the second story, but the first one that I'm reading for the challenge, and I'm gonna put it down. I don't say that often, but this is just no. I feel like there are limits. I'm just gonna say that. Long story short, it's a lot of shocking things are gonna be in here, obviously, because he's making the old man go through, you know, his memories, and like it's affecting both of them. They're basically both torturing each other mentally. But they're dealing with their emotions by torturing animals. There have been so far in like 100 pages, 2 scenes, and there's like another one coming, and there's even like a grape scene, which like mild spoiler, but like yeah, it's a dream, but like it's a wet dream, and like him graping. I understand reading horror books, and again, thriller, psychological, whatever, but like no, this is too far. So I'm not going to finish it. There's 100 more pages, and I don't care. I don't care to put myself through this. I'm not enjoying it. I haven't been enjoying it. So I made it further than the first time, but I don't think I put it down because of any of those things. I guess deep down, part of me knew. But yeah, I'm gonna move on to the next story. And I'm probably gonna look up some reviews because I'm curious, but this is like I feel like I know I'm vocal about what I don't like, but like it's rare that I put down a book because I find it too shocking. Like sometimes it's I don't even want to talk about it. You get it. I mean, you've heard me. So yeah, we're gonna move on to the third story because yeah, I'm done with that one. Final update. Oof, was this a mess? I would pick up this book and put it down after reading like one sentence out of pure like revulsion. I don't even know what the third story is about, like the body, because I didn't read more than a couple pages. I just couldn't do it. I can't. I don't like when books rely too heavily on just shocking content just to shock you. And like obviously horror might contain some things like that, but for some reason the way he does it, just revulsion. I just can't. So I don't even know what to do with this book at this point because I do like Shawshank. Can't stand the second story, and I haven't read the two other ones, so I guess it's technically still part of my pile of shame, but I don't know if I want to pick this up one day or not. I don't know, you decide, probably. But it feels like this week went really badly, but it's not fully true because I kept trying to pick this up, and I thought maybe I was getting into a reading slump, which, you know, happens, but then I randomly picked up something else, read it in a day. So, and I'm currently reading another horror book. So I think I'm not in a reading slump. This just wasn't for me, like, at all. I did mention that Stephen King and I had a complex relationship, and I feel like some of his books are just like, was he on when he I don't know. So overall, finished one. I mean, this was on a long-term TBR. I wanted to read this one day, but I just never knew when. So now it happened. Found out not really for me. And then one adding to my pile of shame. So it feels like it wasn't successful, but at the same time, the goal is to get through the books on my shelf and give them a chance. So I guess I'm trying. Not every month is going to go well. And I had been saying, oh, it's been going so well. It was bound to happen. The jar was going to get me. But like I said, I have been reading. So whatever, one bad month is fine. I do feel the need to do more decluttering before the end of the year. I feel like I probably should do another, like, try just a chapter for like YA fantasy sci-fi that have been on my shelf for forever, like the dystopian ones that we read like 15 years ago. But 10. But they've been on there for too long, and I feel like I should just read the first chapter, and if I don't like it, right away get rid of it. And the ones that have potential, they can stay, or I'll pick one to actually finish or something. I almost forgot the papers. So I did finish Interview with a Vampire. This one, I guess, will go back in the big jar. And what do I do with this one? I feel the need to put it there because I have a feeling you're going to tell me to unhaul it. So, yay! Progress. That's the episode for this month. I hope you still enjoyed it. I'll put on the screen the last one because that one did go well. And I'll put the one where I was reading books that you thought I was going to hate because that was fun too. A lot of ranting. But see, that is fun. Like when you hate something, you can rant about it. But when it's just like I don't want to read about people torturing cats or birds or dogs or like, I don't want to. I don't want to. Like, you have to, it has to have like a strong purpose. And like reading one scene after the other just didn't feel like that to me. So yeah, I will go back to reading less traumatizing horror books, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.